tail came off, and then when it rocked back, a lot of the parts from the plane came off, and they're all shattered everywhere in the runway.
Devastating descriptions of breaking news now at 6. A deadly commercial plane crash. The Asiana passenger plane was carrying 291 people from Seoul, South Korea when it crash landed at San Francisco Airport a few hours ago this afternoon. Smoke could be seen for miles. Tonight, we're getting conflicting reports that one person is dead while others are on board were injured. We don't know how bad they were hurt, but information is still coming in. We reached out to Cleveland Hopkins International Airport for information. They told us there were no Cleveland-bound passengers on the flight, but still unclear what caused the crash. ABC's Karen Travers joins us live from San Francisco with the latest information on this plane crash.
Good evening. According to initial reports, at least 40 people were injured when this Boeing 777 crashed at San Francisco International Airport earlier today. One witness told ABC News it looked like the plane had completely broken apart. The Asiana Airlines 777 crashed while trying to land at the San Francisco airport. Smoke from the crippled plane could be seen for miles, rising from the runway as fire crews poured water on the wreck. Asiana Flight 214, a Boeing 777-200ER, was incoming from Seoul, South Korea. 290 passengers, 1 infant, and 12 crew members reportedly on board.
The nose was very high, higher than usual. I thought, well, that's odd. But I thought with the pilot, oh, okay, he knows what he's doing. All of a sudden, when it hit the touch, all of a sudden the tail hit. All of a sudden flames came out, then started turning around like a cartwheel. And then it looked like I couldn't tell if it slid or not. And all of a sudden it was in flames.
As the smoke cleared, the extent of the devastation was plain. Much of the fuselage was burned through, and the aircraft's tail was missing.
The tail was very low, and when it hit, sparks flew. This wing hit and spun it around, and then there was a big explosion.
The tail assembly had now been broken loose and was almost 90 degrees off from the fuselage. And it very quickly skidded the fuselage down the runway.
Debris from the crash littered the ground. The plane was completely off the runway.
This crew was in an extreme situation, trying to make the runway in one way or another.
Law enforcement officials told ABC News the crash appeared to be an accident. The National Transportation Safety Board just said that they have sent several teams to San Francisco to investigate what went wrong. Reporting live from Washington, Karen Travers, ABC News.
Stay with News Channel 5 for continuing coverage of breaking news, the commercial plane crash landing in San Francisco. World News continues our coverage live at 6:30 with live reports of the latest developments. Now back here at home, it was slow going for many people trying to use the Interbelt Bridge to get to the Tribes game downtown Cleveland. Due to this vehicle fire, we heard no one was injured and traffic did clear up. And that didn't stop people from enjoying another busy day in downtown Cleveland. News Channel 5's Stephanie Ramirez joins us out at Progressive Field. How's the excitement out there, Stephanie?
Well, Mike, as you know, it's Cleveland Indians versus Detroit again. Yesterday it was a sold-out stadium. Today, not so much, but I was told actually about 30,000 people are inside for the game, and other parts of downtown Cleveland were just as busy as well. Because of the game, actually, people packed East 4th Street as well for the lunch hour. Many restaurant managers saying business is good. We had another day of tall ships, the exhibit there, and folks also said they stopped by the casino before coming out to the game. With so many people out to enjoy all that the downtown area Cleveland has to offer, officials are once again, though, warning folks to be safe. Yesterday, police reported an incident on I-90 where they believe a man fell asleep behind the wheel and then fell out of the vehicle, his vehicle, while it was moving under the influence. Thankfully, nobody was injured.
We just encourage people to just think about what you're doing, come out and have a great time, and to make sure that you focus on just that. If you're going to go out and you know you're going to drink, please have a designated driver with you.
Officials say if you go out and plan to drink, have a transportation plan as well. And they also say if you see someone inebriated or asleep behind the wheel, especially if it's a parked car, to call police. We're live downtown on your side. Stephanie Ramirez, News Channel 5.
All right, Stephanie, thank you. Good information there. A former Cleveland Indian fan favorite is back in town this holiday weekend. Shortstop Omar Vizquel played 11 seasons with the Indians from 1994 through 2004 and was a key part to the Indians' run of division championships during the 1990s. Omar always enjoys returning to town because of the terrific fan base.
An amazing feeling that it was a really nice to see the people not forgetting their players, and that was a great show of appreciation towards a player that played here for a long time. People.
Omar will show off some of his artwork tomorrow and will throw out the first pitch on his bobblehead night on Monday. We'll hear more coming up in sports. Now let's get a check with meteorologist Trent McGill to see how the weather is shaping up for today's events. You know, Trent, when I was coming in, I saw people walking towards our station. They had the towels. It was just so hot outside.
Oh, it's so humid, absolutely. Temperatures in the lower middle 80s with all that moisture in the air. And that's why we have storms out there. Look at these temperatures, lower and middle 80s right now. That is plenty of fuel to fuel some of these storms out there. I'm going to zoom in really quickly on the strongest storm we have in Huron County right now near just north of Willard, moving toward Norwalk. Look at all the lightning lighting up the screen right there, pushing toward Wakeman, New London as well. I can't rule out maybe even some small pea-sized hail with that also. So yeah, that will be the trend for the next couple of hours. After the sun sets, I do believe things back off a little bit, but this endless supply of moisture on this wet forecast continues. So we'll keep thunder in the forecast until around midnight, then just a few showers. Another round of storms likely once you roll into your Sunday. I'll map out your rest of your weekend. Coming up in just a little bit, Michael.
All right, buddy. Lakewood fire investigators are looking into the cause of an apartment fire. It just happened after midnight on Madison Avenue near Cordova. The fire commander on scene said no people were injured, but 2 cats were killed. The cause and the extent of the damage are still under investigation. Local shock jock was in court today, accused of getting in a fight with a police officer. Shane French, better known as Rover from Rover's Morning Glory, was formally charged with felonious assault today. Police say he and a coworker got into an argument with an off-duty police officer on Cleveland's Whiskey Island the night of July 4th. The officer told him to stop shooting illegal fireworks when he says French shot them at him. French got a $5,000 bond today. Well, thousands of people saw part of a Cleveland that most people never get to see. The city opened up the lower section of the Veterans Memorial Bridge, which links downtown Cleveland to Ohio City. More than 2,000 people took a walking tour of the one-time subway station. There used to be 4 tracks that ran from Public Square to the west side, and it shut down in 1954. But for some older visitors, seeing it again is a trip back in time.
It was built to last. You know, it turned 100 years old last year, so it's 101 years old, and it really was built with, you know, thousands of tons of concrete in a very stable way, and you can see that it's very well maintained.
When it was made, it was the largest double-decker bridge in the world. Cleveland hopes to use the site for upcoming events. All right, July 4th may be over, but it's still the holiday weekend, and several cities are still holding fireworks shows tonight. To see where they're being held near you, we have a list on Newsnet 5. All right, coming up, massive fireball. What's we're learning about a train derailment that blew up part of a city, and how many people are missing tonight? A place to hide where the man who exposed the NSA snooping program might be able to escape U.S. authorities. And we continue to follow breaking news. A deadly commercial plane crash lands at San Francisco Airport. At least 1 person is dead, dozens more injured after the Asiana plane broke apart on the runway. Stay with us.